MCQ secondary degree. Okay, so I am going to start your sets chapter. We have already started this chapter, so let's begin. Okay, so we will take some basics and then we will move over ahead. So what is a set? Simply set is bunch of well-defined objects. Okay, I told you that set is what a well set of all combination of all about well-defined objects. That is what your sets. For example, we have taken bunch of keys, bouquet flowers, or books. That is what your bunch of sets or well-defined objects. Okay, objects are called as sets. Okay. So after sets, we have learned about what are the types, or we can say that in what form we are going to write the set. There are two forms in which we are going to write the set. First is listing method, and second is rule method. Okay, so listing method in which what we do, whatever the set is given to us, that set we are writing by using comma. Okay, for example, A is set such that it is set of letters. I have taken one, Corona. Okay, I have taken this. So whatever the elements are there, sorry, O is repeated, O, whatever the values are repeated, that you don't have to take. Okay, C, O, R, O, and A, according to that. Each and every element, this is what the elements of the set. Okay, set is written in curly bracket. And after each and every element, we have to put a comma. C, comma, O, comma, R, comma, N, comma, A, comma. So whatever the elements are there, after each and every element, you have to put a comma. But this in rule method, it becomes very easy. Easy how? This set only we can write as X. All the elements denoted by a single element, that is X, such that then we write what the function is used for this X, and that is X such that X is letter in word Corona. So simply, whatever the listing method is there, when it goes to a bigger count, okay, I have to write, for example, I have to write the numbers from 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, up to 100. Now see here, 100 is a countable number. 100 is a countable number, but if I am going to write it on my book or board, it will take a lot of space. It will take a lot of space. So what I am going to do in rule method, I am just doing it short out. How I am going to sort out? I am going to write A is equal to set X such that. This is the sign of such that, or in sometimes it is taken like this also. Two dots are given. So it is in your book, it is straight line. Okay. So X such that X is equal to N. X is equal to simple function N. N belongs to natural number. See here from 1 it is starting. So 1 से start होने वाला series natural number, and N कहाँ तक है? It is less equal 100. It is less equal 100. So I don't have to write all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 100. I can write it in a very short way. Okay. So what is the difference between listing method and rule method? In rule method, you directly find out a function such that you get directly the values. And here you have to list all the elements by putting a comma in it. So this is what the listing method and rule method. After that, we have learned about equal sets. Okay. After that, we have learned about types of sets. Sorry. Types of sets. So what are the types of sets? First one was singleton set. Okay. Singleton set. A set which contains only one element. A set which contains only one element is called as singleton set. Second one was null set or empty set. Null set or empty set. Null set or empty set means what? the set which does not contain any element. It does not contain any element which is denoted by this sign, or it can also be denoted as 5. Okay, it can be denoted by this. Means curly bracket you have to do, and you don't have to write anything. Means this is what your null set or empty set, or it is also denoted by 5. Third one, finite set. Finite set means what? A set in which we can count the elements. A set in which we can count the elements. Okay, that is called as finite set. A set in which we can count the elements. We can count the elements. Okay. Means what? अभी मैंने एक example लिया था ना. Right now I have took a one example that A is equal to set 1, 2, 3, 4 up to what? 100. Okay. I have taken a bigger number, but it is countable. I have taken a bigger number. It is countable. Here is not dot 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 dot. If it is dot 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 dot, then it will become our next set. That is infinite set. That it is will become infinite set. A set in which we count the elements, we can count the elements, that is finite set. A set in which we cannot count the elements, or it is infinite, means it is unending, then it is called as infinite set. Means if we cannot count the elements, then it is what? Infinite set. And the best examples of infinite set I have given, that is natural number which starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. See here dot 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 is there. It means that it is non-ending. Okay, यहाँ पे end नहीं है. It goes to infinity. We cannot count the natural numbers. Then it comes to whole number. Whole number starts with 1, 2, 3, 4 and again so on. After that I have given integers. Integers also it starts with dot 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 because it contains negative numbers also. So from negative side to positive side. So here it is -3, -2, -1, comma 0, then 1, 2, 3 and so on. It starts with negative infinity to positive infinity. So this is what the types of sets which we have learned. Singleton set, null set, finite set and infinite set. After this, we have seen the equal sets. Okay. Now we have seen the equal sets. What are equal sets? Equal sets. If A is a set which contains 4 numbers from 2 to 10 I am taking 2, 4, 8, 6. Okay. And B is a set in which I have taken 4, 2, 6, 8. Now this A and B both contains same elements. It contains same elements. Okay. See here, 2 is here, 2 is here, 4 is here, 4 is here, 6 is here, 6 is here, and 8 is here, and 8 is here. All the elements are same in both the sets. Then we can say that A is equal to B. Then we can say that A is equal to B. Okay. This is what the equal sets. Very, very easy. Just whatever the elements are there, if they are same, then we can say that the set are equal. Okay. After that, we have seen Venn diagram. Very important. Venn diagram. Okay. What we have learned about Venn diagram? Whatever the sets were given to us, that we represented diagrammatically. Okay. Diagram में हमने represent किया. Whatever the set A is given, suppose 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 6. ठीक है? This is the set A. Whatever the set is given, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This set we are representing it diagrammatically. Then in this way, a circular or closed figure we are taking. and in that we are putting all the elements, whatever the elements in set A are there, that we have to put here. That is what your Venn diagram. Okay. So in Venn diagram we have seen one more point, that is subset. So what is a subset? If I take B such that it is equal to 2 and 4, B is equal to, if I take 2 and 4. So this 2 and 4 is completely lie in A. See here, here is 2, here is 4. So we can say that all the elements of B lies in A. If all the elements of B lies in A, then we can say that B is subset of A. And it is denoted mathematically like this. B is subset of A. Okay, this is what the definition of subset, that all the elements of one set lies in another set, then that's the first set is subset of another set. So that is what the definition of subset. Very easy topic it is. Then we have learned the properties of subset. इसके बाद में हमने properties लिया था of the subset. What are the properties of subset? That first one was A is subset of itself. Every set is subset of itself. Obviously, if A is equal to, I am taking 1, 2, 3 and 4, and again A is subset of itself, means all the elements of A lies in A, then A is subset of itself. Second one is phi is subset of A. Obviously, phi means what? Phi means there is no value. Okay, phi means there is no value, and that no value can be a subset of any set. So simply it is phi means what? Phi is a subset of every set. Okay. Third one, if A is equal to B, if A is equal to B, then A is subset of B and B is subset of A. Obviously, it will happen. B is subset of A. See here, I am taking A and B, which are having same values 3 and 4. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. A is equal to B, right? A is equal to B means what? A say equal sets hai. Both are what? Equal sets. Equal sets means what? All the elements of A and B are same. So here is A 1, 2, 3, 4. B 1, 2, 3, 4. Their sequence might change, but it doesn't matter because you have to count the elements, but not the sequence. Okay. So we can say that A is subset of B because all the elements of A lies in B. And what? B is subset of A means what? All the elements of B lies in A. Obviously. So A is subset of B and B is subset of A. Same thing is vice versa. Vice versa means what? If A is subset of B and B is subset of A, if A is subset of B and B is subset of A, means this only have a condition will happen. That if A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then we can say that A is equal to B. This condition is vice versa. So this was the properties of subsets which we have seen. Okay. Now we will move further with the main point, and that is universal set. Universal. Let me write it. Universal set. What is a universal set? Okay. For betterment of understanding, you can consider like this also. Geographically. How geographically I am saying? Because universal set is the biggest set of whatever the given sets are there. For example, now universal set is what? U, it is denoted by U. Okay, universal set is denoted by U. Suppose I am taking universal set as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I am taking two more sets, that is A is equal to 1, Let me change the numbers. 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay, and B is one more part, that is 1, 3, and 9. Okay, so I'm taking a universal set from 1 to 10. A is a set from 2 to 8. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, and 8. And B is what here? 1, 3, and 9. So what I have given you these three sets. If in these three sets, the biggest set is called as the universal set. Whatever the biggest set is there, that biggest set is called as the universal set. And how you are going to remember this? Like this. Okay, now you know that village is a part of town. Town is a part of district. District is a part of state. State is a part of country. Country is a part of continent. Continent is a part of earth. Earth is a part of solar system. And solar system is the part of galaxy. So your galaxy becomes the biggest set. It becomes the universal set. So we called it as universe. Okay. So because it is the biggest set which contains all the solar systems, we know about our solar system, but there are many planets except our solar system also. So we consider it as the universe. According to that, if you want to understand, it is also easy to understand. Okay. So the universe is there, then our solar system is there, then Earth is there, then our continent is there, then city, state, according to that district, town, village. So according to that, this sequence goes up and up. Okay. So this is what how you are going to remember the universal set. So universal set means what? The biggest set which contains all the sets. Universal set which contains all the sets. Now this A completely lies in U. This B completely lies in U. Now it's how it is diagrammatically shown. Okay, universal set is shown in a rectangular form. This is universal set. It is shown in rectangular form. Now it contains set A and B. See here, it contains set A and B. So here is set A and another set is B. Okay? Why I have taken like this? I will come another next part, then we will discuss it. Okay. For the time being, just consider that there is only one set. That part we will take afterwards. So first of all, we will consider only one set, that is A. Only I will consider A. So this is the universal set, and it has a set A which contains only how much? 4 elements. 2, 3, 4, 8. This is the Venn diagram how we are going to write. 2, 3, 4, and 8. So whatever the elements of A I have written in A. Now whatever the remaining elements are there in this, so that you have to write in the exterior part of A. मतलब universe में लिखना है except A. Means what? You have to skip here 2, 3, 4, and 8. All the other numbers you have to write in the universe. So write here 1, it comes 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. So these are the elements in the universe. So this is rectangular figure is what your universe. The round cross figure inside the universe is A. Whatever the elements of A that we have written here 2, 3, 4, 8. Whatever the remaining elements were there that we have written in the universe, that is 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. So this is what the Venn diagram of universe and the set A. Okay. Afterwards, we are coming to the point complement of a set. Okay. Complement of a set. Okay. What is a complement of a set? Complement of a set is denoted by A dash. A के ऊपर छोटी सी dash है. Okay. A dash. This is what the denotation of a complement. Now I have given a universal set. in which I have a set A. Now I have to find out A complement, means its complement. Means what? Whatever the elements of A are there, that you have to skip. वो आपको क्या करना है, यूनिवर्सल सेट में से निकाल देना है. You have to remove that sets or that elements from the universal set. See here, I have already cut it down. 2, 4, 3, 4 and 8. 2, 3, 4 and 8. These elements I have cut it down from the universal set. So whatever the remaining sets are there, that you have to write here. What are the remaining sets? 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 1, 5, 6, 7, 9 and 10. So this is what your A complement. A complement means what? The elements which are not except A. The elements which are except A, but to find from the universal set. This from universal set, you have to skip all the elements of A. You have to skip all the elements of A, and whatever the remaining sets are A, that is what we are A complement. So simply see here in the Venn diagram. If this closed figure is A, then the remaining part, the shaded part, okay, the shaded part is what here? A complement. Whatever the remaining part, shaded part is there, that is what here? A complement. I will draw a figure like this. If this is A, then the shaded part, okay, this shaded part is what your A complement. That only figure I am drawing here, but I am not writing the elements. Whatever the A part is there, that you have to skip, and उसके बाहर जो part है, उस circle के बाहर जो part है, that part is what your A complement. So understood how to find out A complement? Very easy. Universal set is given, then A set is given. All the elements of A set you have to not write in A complement. वो छोड़ के बाकी जो बचेगा, that you have to write in A complement. A very easy topic it is. Okay, properties of complement of a set. Properties of complement of a set. ठीक है, इसकी प्रॉपर्टीज है. यूनिवर्सल सेट में हमने देखा दूसरा, that is complement of a set, and we have some properties related complement of set. What are the properties? First, no element are common in A and A dash. Obviously, no element is common in A and A dash. Again, we can take a universal set. I will take a short one. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. A is what here? 2, 4 and 6. A dash will become, if universal set is from 1 to 6, A is what? 2, 4, 6. Then what is your A complement? It will become 1, 3 and 5. Is there any common element between A and A complement? There is no common element between A and A complement. Okay, so there is no common element in A and A complement. This is what your first property. Then your second property is A is subset of universal set. A is subset of universal set, and A complement is also subset of universal set. Clearly, we can see that all the elements of A are lies in universal set, and all the elements of A complement lies in universal set. Means what? A is subset of U and A dash is also subset of U. All the elements of one set lies in the bigger set, means what? It is the subset of that given bigger set. Okay. Third one, complement of a set U is empty set. Means what? U dash is equal to 5. Complement of universal set is 5. अभी complement universal set का complement कैसे निकालेंगे? How we can find out the complement of a universal set? Means there is nothing, because universal set का उसे छोड़कर, universal set छोड़कर क्या आता है? कुछ भी नहीं आता है, because only universal set is there. We don't have except universal set. So it is what? 5. There is nothing such, therefore it is 5. And the fourth one is complement of empty set is universal set, obviously. Complement of universal set is complement of 5 is what your universal set. Vice versa. This condition satisfies vice versa. U complement 5, 5 complement U. Okay. 5 का complement अगर लिया तो हमें U set मिलेगा. So this is what the properties of complements. Very easy one it is. Then we are going to see the exercise 1.3. Very easy exercise it is. Practice set 1.3. First example we are going to see here. If A is equal to A, B, C, D, E. I'll write down the question fast. If A is equal to A, B, C, D, E. Okay. B is equal to C, D, E, F. C is equal to B, comma, D. And D is equal to A, comma, E. Then which of the following statements are true and which are false? Just we have to write down true and false. So firstly I'll write down here all the subsets which are given to us. Then second one is A is subset of B. Third one is B is subset of B. Fourth one is B is subset of A. Fifth is B is subset of A. And sixth is C is subset of A. Is it right? C, B, A, B, D, D, B, D, A, B, A, and C, A. Okay. So we have to say that whatever the subsets are given, they are true or false. So see here, A is given here. What is A, B, C, D, E? Okay. And B is given C, D, E, F. C is given B, D, and D is given A, E. Now see here, whatever the elements in B, C, D are, all the elements lies in A. All the elements lies in A. So here, in this question, your A becomes the universal set. Here, in this question, your A becomes the universal set because it contains all the elements of other set. It contains all the elements of other set. It is not denoted by U, but it doesn't mean that it is not the universal set. In this question, this A becomes your universal set. Okay. Now, what is given first? C is subset of B. C is subset of B. Means all the elements of C should lie in B. Now see here, B. B है क्या? नहीं है. B है क्या? B है. But B is not there. Means all the elements of C does not lie in B. So this statement becomes false. So that statement becomes false. Okay. Now similarly, second one. A is subset of D. A is subset of D. अभी मैंने बोला कि ये जो सारे हैं, ये सारे A के सबसेट है. B is all the elements of B lies in A, all the elements of C lies in A, all the elements of D lies in A. All the elements of A does not lies in B. This condition vice versa does not satisfy because in D, A and E is there. Only A and E is there. These three elements are not there in D. So that's why opposite condition will satisfy that D is subset of A, but A is not a subset of D. This A is not subset of D. So again, this will become false. Again, this statement will become false. Okay. Next, D is subset of B. D is subset of B. A and E. A is not here. E is here, but A is not there. So again, this statement will become false. D is subset of A. Obviously, we have seen that all the elements of D is subset of A. Here only we have true. So this becomes the true. B is subset of A. B is subset of A. All the elements of B, C, D, E, F, C, D, E. F is not there. Are you sure? Yes, F is not there. Sorry. So this will not satisfy. I haven't seen this F. F is not here in this set A. So that's why this B subset of A, again that condition is not going to be satisfied. So this becomes here false. I thought it might be containing F, but it is here. It is not F. Okay, so this A is different, B is different, C is different, and D is different. So here now your A will not become your universal set. This will not become your universal set because F does not contains A, so it is not your universal set. Okay. So again, all the elements of B does not contain in A. C है, D है, E है, लेकिन F नहीं है. F is not there. So B will not become the subset of A. So that statement is false. C is subset of A. The last one. C is subset of A, B and D. B and D. All the elements of C lies in A. So again, this statement will become true. The statement will become true. Okay. So what are the subsets of the relation between the subsets which is given? So only you have to write whether they are true or false. Very easy example it is. Okay. We'll take the second question. Take the set of natural numbers from 1 to 20 as a universal set and show set X and Y using Venn diagram. So universal set you have to write here. They have sort of natural numbers you have to take from 1 to 20. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on up to 20 you have to write down universal set. And you are X and Y we have to show by using Venn diagram. Okay. We have to draw Venn diagram. X. What is X given to us? X is X such that X is natural number and 7 less than X less than 50. So X is such it is given to us. This is the first. And second Y. Y is what given to us? Y such that Y belongs to N. Y is prime number from 1 to 20. Prime number from 1 to 20. Okay, so first we will find out the set X. What are the elements of X? Next, we will find out what are the elements of Y. Then we will draw the Venn diagram. Okay. So X is equal to, what is the X? X such that X belongs to natural number. Obviously, it is given to us that there are natural numbers. But X lies between 7 and 15. It lies between 7 and 15. 7 less than X less than 15. We don't have to take 7 because it is strictly less than. X is what? Strictly less than. So we don't have to take 7. 7 के बाद में क्या आएगा? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Because strictly less than 15. So 15 we don't have to take. We have to take up to only 14. Okay. Then Y. Y is what? Prime number from 1 to 20. So we will write down all the prime numbers from 1 to 20. 1 is not prime. So 1 it will not come. It will come 2, 3, then 5, 7, 9 will not come, 11, 13 and 17. 17 and 19 will be there. One more is 17 and 19. So these are the prime numbers from 1 to 20. Now we have to draw the Venn diagram. So we will draw here the Venn diagram. This is what your universal set. Now you have to draw X and Y. Before drawing X and Y, just see here whether there are any common elements or not. Okay, 8 is not there, 9 is not there, 10 is not there, 11 is there, common number. Again, 13 is there. This is also common. So whatever the common numbers are there, then these two sets we have to join. These two sets we have to join. Here we have to write X, here we have to write Y because there are two elements which are in common. So here it will come 11, here it will come 13. Okay. Common elements I have written. Now write all the elements of X. 8, 9, 10. Okay. 8, 9, 10. 11 लिखा है 12, 12 and 14. 12 and 14. All the elements of X we have done. Now all the elements of Y. Okay, 11 and 13 we have already written. So 2, 3, 5, 7. 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, 11, 13 done, 17 and 19. 17 and 19. So these are the elements of X, these are the elements of Y, these are the elements in both X and Y. Okay. Then now write down all the elements in universal set which are not in X and Y, that we have to write here. See here, 1 is not there, so 1 we will write here. उसके बाद में 2 है, 3 है, 4 नहीं है, 4, 5, 6 नहीं है, 7, 8 is here, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is not there, 15, 16, 17 is here, 18 is not there, 19 and 20. So whatever the remaining elements are there, that you have to write in the universe. This is what how we are going to write down the diagrammatic form of universal set. Okay, this is X, this is Y. These are the common elements. All the elements of X we have written here. All the elements of Y we have written here. And the remaining elements, except X and Y, ये छोड़ के जो elements बचे हैं. Okay, so that elements you have to write in the universal set. Okay. Next, third example. U is equal to is given to us, that is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay. P is given to you. P is what? 1, 3, 7 and 10. Then show that set U, P and P dash by Venn diagram and verify P complement of P is equal to. First we have to draw Venn diagram. Okay. And second what we have to show, P complement का complement P आता है. Okay. The complement of P's, again complement is P. Okay. So first we will see the given things and write down. First we will write down the U set, then we will write down the P set, then we will write down the P complement. In answer you will write like this. Okay, first write down U, then P, and now I am going to write directly the P complements. P complement में कौन से आते हैं elements? The elements which are except P, the elements which are in P, वो छोड़ के, that elements you have to not write in P complements. Means 1 is there in P, don't write 1. 2 है क्या? नहीं है. Then write 2. 3 is there, 7 is there, 8, 9 is not there, so write here 8 and 9. 10 is there, 11 and 12 is not there, so 11 and 12. So whatever the elements of P are there, except that elements you have to write in P complement. So we get here U, P and P complement. Now first we will draw the Venn diagram. Okay. First we will draw the Venn diagram. So this is your universal set U. This is your P. What are the elements of P? 1, 3, 7 and 10. So write down here 1, 3, 7 and 10. Okay. And whatever the elements of P complement are there, that you write outside the P. 2, 8, 9, 11, 12. 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12. 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12. These are what your P complement. This is what your part P complement. Okay. P and P complement makes a universal set. Okay. So that's why this is first Venn diagram we have completed. Second, P complement is P. Now see here, this is P complement. Okay, this is P complement. Again, I am taking an operation on it, that is, I have to take its complement. Its complement means what? ये numbers छोड़ दो, leave these numbers and except this number, write down the elements from the universal set. Okay. So 2, first element is 2. So don't write that. Before that 1 is there, write 1. Okay. Then 8 is there, 8 आगे आता है, उसके पहले क्या है, 3 and 7 है. So write down 3 and 7. 8 and 9 is there, 8 and 9. Don't write 8 and 9. Sorry, it is not 1. Cancel 2. 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12. ये नंबर्स छोड़ के बाकी जो है वो यहाँ पे लिखना है. So 1, 7 and 1, 3, 7 and 10. 1, 3, 7 and 10. So what did happen? P complements complement. How we are going to find out? P complement जो element है, whatever the elements are there in P complement, that you don't have to write in its complement. वो छोड़ के जो बाकी के एलिमेंट है वो यहाँ पे लिखना है. 1, 3, 7 and 10. But 1, 3, 7 and 10 is what? Your P. 1, 3, 7 and 10 is what? Your P. So we get P complements complement is equal to P. P complements complement is equal to P. So this is the proof of the question number. So if you want to write down, you can write it down. Next, question number 4. Okay, question number 4 is given to you that A is equal to 1, 3, 2 and 7. Then write any 3 subsets of A. Any 3 subsets of A you have to write. It is very easy. You can write down any 3 subsets of A. Whatever you want to write. Okay. A is equal to 1, 2 and 3. You don't have to write all the subsets. Just write any 3 subsets. Okay. So you can write it by your own also. It is your homework. Consider it this example for your homework because it is very easy. Because such kind of example we have already taken. Okay. Next, question number 5. Write the subset relation between the sets. Okay. So this is the example which comes, or this is the example which we have already seen. Very important and nice example. Write the subset relation between the sets. P is set of all residents in Pune. ठीक है? I will write like this. Pune residents. P is subset of all the residents in Pune. M is the set of all the residents in Madhya Pradesh. ठीक है? It is denoted by M. Then I is the residence of all the residents in Indore. It is denoted by I. B is the set of all residents in India. India, B. H is the set of all residents in Maharashtra. Okay. So we have to write down the subset relation between them. Okay, we have to write down the subset relation between them. Now they have given to us that P is the set of all residents which lives in Pune. After that, they have given M is the set of all residents who lives in Madhya Pradesh. Then I is the set of all residents who lives in Indore. Then B is the subset of all residents who lives in India. And H is the subset of all residents who lives in Maharashtra. Now we know that Pune is a city which comes in Maharashtra state and Indore is a city which comes in Madhya Pradesh state. And these two states lies in our country, that is India. Now we have to write down their relation. All the relation we have to write down. Now we can say that Pune is city in Maharashtra, so Pune becomes subset of Maharashtra. Also Pune lies in India. Also Pune lies in India. So this P becomes subset of H and this P becomes subset of B also. So first will come P is subset of H and P is subset of B. Right? Pune is a city in Maharashtra. That's why P is subset of M, H and P is also subset of B. Okay. Now here Indore is city in Madhya Pradesh. So this I will become subset of what? Madhya Pradesh. Means all the residents of Indore lives in Madhya Pradesh. Also they lives in India. Also what? They are the citizens of India. Therefore again here it will come I is what? Subset of Madhya Pradesh M, and again I is what? Subset of B, because it is what? The it is what I is a subset of B, because all the residents of Indore lives in India. Then H is subset of India. See here, Maharashtra is what? State of India. So H will become what? Subset of B. Here H will also become subset of B, because all the residents of Maharashtra lives in India, and similarly here all the residents of Madhya Pradesh lives in India. So here also M will become subset of B. M will become subset of B. Means all these four will become what? A subset of India. P is subset of H, P is subset of B, I is subset of M, I is subset of B. Okay. पुणे के रेसिडेंस महाराष्ट्र में भी है, इंडिया में भी है. इंदौर के रेसिडेंस मध्य प्रदेश में भी है, इंडिया में भी है. Also, M will become the states whose residents are in India, and Madhya Pradesh residents in India. So this is what the possible subsets relation which we can find here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. If you want to write down, you can write it down. Very easy one. Okay, this completes our exercise 1.3. This completes our exercise 1.3. Next, we will see in the next lecture. Okay, thank you. Sir?
Yes, teacher. Thank you. Thank you, teacher. Thanks.